Yo, what's good, Bleach community? It's your boy Storm. I'm here with my boy Sikshot.
Yo, what's good?
Yeah, we gonna be going over Bleach tier list today. This is the Japanese tier list. They came out with their own tier list. It came out about a week and a half ago, and we got some opinions on it. We definitely got some opinions on it. But yeah, let's get right into it.
All right, so we starting from the bottom, right?
Yeah, we're
go
going
over the characters from the bottom.
Yeah, let's start from the bottom. So we gonna start with Rangiku. I don't know, man. I don't know about that spot.
You want to read what they said about it? Do they have it? We got to scroll.
They should. They should have something they said. Go down to it.
Go all the way down.
Yeah, I don't agree with that
here
though.
Here she go. It says the initial state is his. It's supposed to be her. Her unique techniques are very powerful, but in initial state, she lacks decisive power. In the awakened state, she can aim for high damage combos, but because there's a lot of preparation, it's difficult to achieve the desired outcome in matches with high rank characters. She is a technical character, but no matter how much the research her strengths, they still lack power. Strong points, unique techniques available to the start of the fight. Strong point number 2, since you can aim for a combo from a special flash attack, it's easier to take advantage. Cons,
Okay.
in starting state, stats are low. Another con, distance between the attacker and the opponent is narrow. So what you think about that? Hey, especially you, because you play Rangiku. So how you feel about that?
Yeah, out of the two of us, I definitely play her a bit more. I think she's higher. I definitely think she's higher. They got her on E, the bottom too. You know, they made some good points about being able to open people up with the special flash attack. And she doesn't do a lot of damage, but I think she's definitely better than that. She has a good range game and base form, and then she could play a real good zoning game too once she gets the Shikai. The thing is like you start asking your question like who's worse than her? You get what I'm saying? So it's like I think
especially because they got her directly dead last. I'm looking at it right now, dead last. Which is kind of crazy.
I don't know about that. I don't know, but I don't agree with it. I definitely think it's higher. What do you think?
So especially me playing against your Rangiku a lot, she's really annoying to deal with, especially if you have a character that can't contest her range.
Right.
Like it's very hard to deal with her. Like if I don't know where they get that from. I don't know if they got like a really strong Rangiku player in Japan or anything like that. I don't think they do. I think they really gave up on her. Because when you play a rushdown character, like I did the Yoruichi matchup, and granted my Yoruichi's not the best, but it's still a pain to get in. Same thing with Rukia. It's a pain to get in because she controls that space in front of her. Now, I don't think she's E. I definitely think she's higher than that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Rangiku.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with you, man. She her combos aren't crazy. Like definitely right about the combo damage, but the way that you could really play with Heineko and you could hit them from across the screen and you do crazy guard pressure, like she's definitely better than that. But yeah, going on to the second character it's Mayuri. They got Mayuri right next to her. I don't know how you feel about that, man. I think you got a bit more experience on him.
He's definitely, I don't think he's that great, but he's not the second worst character in the game. But he feels like the second worst character to play though, because his game playing is so boring.
Right.
So maybe that's one thing. If you had to rate it like how is he to play? But besides that, as in him actually being a bad character, nah, I don't think so.
I agree with that.
He's real defensive. And he has some like little cheeky stuff with some frame traps and stuff like that. I gotta play more Mayuri. So, but I definitely don't think he's that low though. I think he's definitely higher. He's not that low.
Yeah, he's definitely higher than this. I wouldn't say he is at the bottom. He has two really good like mid-range tools, the poison and the arm grab. And
blockable with Nemu,
exactly,
parry.
Yeah.
So he got little cheeky setups and stuff like that. So yeah,
definitely.
He just kind of to play.
Yeah, he definitely is more boring to play. I agree with that. But he has tools. I mean, like when he goes Bankai, he doesn't even have to throw the poison out. The poison just becomes a range tool that he can just, that he can just throw out. But the poison's going up. That increases his combo damage. So he has a good up close game and far game Then he got the free setup with Nemu. That's a free free Hakugeki, free Kikon move. That's good. Like those are tools some of these other trash characters don't have. So, I definitely say Mayuri, he's higher for sure. For sure.
All right, so next we got Chad, and then, yeah, I definitely don't agree with this.
Chad.
Let me go down to see what they said about Chad.
Chad, man.
I gotta see.
My guy Chad, yo. You know what? They probably looked at his range and was like, yeah, his normals or whatever. Yeah.
Alright.
There's
strong points including guts. He has the strongest hardness of all characters.
Okay.
I guess that's damage, I don't know. You can aim for comeback with Fist of Determination, which deals percentage damage. Okay.
I think they mean it's hard to kill him.
He has I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what's the guts part? I don't understand, because even if you include his guts, he has the strongest toughness of all characters. I don't understand that.
I don't understand that either. It's weird. The game isn't particular about some of those things. Like it doesn't tell you if a character has more HP.
He's a good character who is often the last one standing. He needs guts to use his special flash attack. So he needs to charge. I guess it's the translation. So
yeah,
he needs to. No, a special flash attack is. What are you talking about? That's a signature skill. Okay, yeah, it's just okay. So they talking about the signature skill,
right?
Which guarantees a counter attack if it's blocked. I don't know what they.
I don't know what they're trying to say with that. That's weird.
I don't know what they talk about.
I forget what they saying anyway. I think he's higher. Chad's definitely higher.
Yeah, he's definitely higher. He's definitely higher. He's annoying to hit. He could. His movement is one of the best movements in the game.
Mm-hmm.
His backstep is really, really good.
Sure.
He has a really good dash attack, really, really, really good dash attack. And when you can space it correctly, it's plus frames.
Yep.
And he has a hit of armor.
Mm-hmm. It does. Yep. Yeah. Then he has a good range tool. With that punch that he charges up, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, he has not invulnerable. He has a super armor super. So if you are getting rushed down, he has a way to kind of get out of that pressure. He has a way to charge up his meter faster. I will say that it's very character dependent for him, because he can easily rush down certain other characters, but when you put him against somebody like Byakuya,
it's tough. It's rough.
Yeah,
it's rough.
Man, it's an uphill battle.
For him to be worse than, first of all, he's not worse than Kira.
Right.
He's not worse than Kira, so get out of here.
Nah,
There's definitely other characters in this game that's worse than Chad. Chad could get going, and Chad can make easy comebacks because he don't have to hit you that many times. Like, you could be hitting Chad 20 times a match, and he hit you a good 2 times with a charge punch, and you're in the red.
Yeah,
so
you're
that's
done.
something you always gotta watch out for. So,
yeah, you're done.
Especially in 5-4 situations, forget about it.
Yup. And he does a lot of damage too. All right, so let's go on to the next character. It's funny you mentioned Kira. He's the next one up. You know what's funny? Like, I think I'm not going to say he's okay. I think he's higher. I do think he's higher than this, but I think they kind of cook him with that placement. I don't think he's absolutely at the bottom, but he's definitely, I think, bottom like 6. I think he's bottom 5, bottom 6 for sure.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. He's definitely towards the bottom for me as well.
Yeah.
Where exactly at towards the bottom, I'm not too sure yet, because I do think he has a little bit of stuff to him.
Right.
And I just feel like the way the state of the game is online, it doesn't really work out properly for him. Or sometimes it could work to his advantage, because, boy, I played a match the other day where I know stuff that wasn't supposed to work was working.
Right.
And so it could actually work out to his advantage. But he definitely needs a buff. He needs a lot of buffs. They need to change his special skill, his special flash attack, the 6 skill. They need to change the frames and how it functions, stuff like that. And I think that's all they really need to do, and then he could be a way better character.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I think we mentioned it before. There's a lot of too much guessing with Kira. You know, you should be rewarded for pulling them back in with your signature skill. You know, at least be plus or something. But
yeah, that's the fact that he's not plus. And then if they attack, I mean, like you said, there's a lot of guessing, because if I pull you in, I could go for a grab. But then if you attack me out of it, you could always choose to attack out of it.
Right.
Because the grab is not plus enough. I mean, that pulling is not plus enough for you to get a free grab, right? If they try to attack you. So now I have to guess and think, okay, if he's going to attack, let me go for the special flash attack. And then now if you don't do the special flash attack, then you could get grabbed or punished. It's who want to do all that when you have other characters that could hit you with something
For sure.
and be in a strike throw situation?
Yeah.
Why is he the only character who's negative when he hits you with something in a strike throw situation?
Yeah,
It'll
it's
make no
bad.
sense.
It's bad. And his normals aren't good. Then on top of that, he's gimmicky. You know, the whole Wabisuke thing is a gimmick. So it's like, y'all made this man a gimmick character, but then like his base kid not even too crazy. So yeah, I think he deserves to be higher, but I don't think he's supposed to be like the at least like bottom for sure. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so now we move on to the D tier, and they got a lot of characters that are very questionable in this D tier.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Maybe one of them I'll agree with.
Okay.
Maybe two.
I think we're looking at the same two. We're looking at the same two for sure.
Maybe two. But the rest of them, nah. So they got Hitsugaya in the D tier, and you a Hitsugaya player. I thought I was gonna be a Hitsugaya player because that's one of my favorite characters.
Yo.
But you are the Hitsugaya player. And what do you feel?
Yo, listen, they don't know. They don't know what you could be cooking with Hitsugaya, man. There's no reason why this character is in D tier, bro. There's no reason. He's fast, right? He has good normals. He has a good ranged projectile game, right? He has a really high damage in super, right? The level 2, the ice dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that does a lot of damage.
Yeah, it does. And then on top of that, he has this whole frost mechanic that makes him a better character. And the cool thing about you even gotta hit your opponent on block, you can build that ice meter up. So you know, it's crazy. Like he has a lot of tools to deal with.
Level 3 is very easy for him.
Yeah,
does a lot of damage.
Yup.
He's fast.
He's
like one of the hybrid characters who does a lot of damage and is also really, really fast. He's one of the fastest characters in the game. Maybe like Yoruichi and Soi Fon's faster than him, but besides that, when it comes to movement and everything else, he's the third fastest character in the game. And he could be faster on the same type of speed, to be honest.
Yeah, he's got to be. Yeah, because I was just playing a game with that Tosen who was running from me, and I was able to chase him down because I had Hitsugaya. You know, he was able to kind of keep up with that speed. Another notable thing too is he's pretty easy to play, so I think that does definitely factor into a tier list. Because you know he has easy bait combos. I mean, you're just doing heavies into your icicle crash. So I think just that off alone on him just being an easier character, he doesn't even deserve to be in that list.
The one con I will say is he is kind of linear when he does his dash attacks and he's chasing you like that. Because he swings directly downwards.
Right.
So he is kind of linear with that. He's also has short range on his quick attack, so he can be outranged. But especially for I'm looking at the list right now, I see some characters that's way higher up that shouldn't be that higher up, and you got Toshido in the D tier. That don't make no sense to me.
Yeah,
he's definitely higher than that.
They kind of did bad with that one. He's definitely higher up, and he's a good bit higher up too. I don't think he definitely deserves to be in this list. Let's go to the next one though. Rukia. So you the Rukia main, man. You the one who be playing. How do you feel? How do you feel with her being there?
She's higher than that. At first, I thought she was really, really good when the game first came out. Okay. I thought she might be up there as like one of the better characters. She does have a little flaw. She's all around a good character. There's not really a bad thing about her, to be honest.
Right.
But it's not nothing really. Actually, she does have something great. When you have to really, really watch yourself when attacking into her, because her spiritual pressure 1 move 1 starts a combo on counter hit.
Okay.
And in Bankai it starts a combo on regular hit. Then if you have reverse meter, you could use that as well. So when you're playing against her, you always have to be on a watch out when your opponent has meter, and you always have to look out for that. So you could use that to your advantage with Rukia.
Okay.
But if the opponent knows that's coming and baits all that stuff out, it gets a little bit tough for her. But she does have like a really, really excellent special flash attack, so that's also a really saving grace. She also has really good movement. I definitely think she's higher than D. She's at least, if I had to give somebody a tier right now, she has to be no lower than B. she's at least B tier.
She's at least okay. So you would say she's kind of generally in the middle.
Yeah, she's in the middle. She's in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, she's pretty much in the
okay.
middle.
So you're saying that she's better than at least 6 or 7 other characters in this game.
Oh, definitely. She's better than a lot. She's better than half the characters in this game.
Okay.
There's other characters in the game that I could. What is 33 characters? She at least better than half. I think so.
Okay. I respect that. I respect the opinion. I don't have much to say about Rukia, to be honest. I kind of left it up to him. But I've played as Rukia, and she definitely, and she got a good counter super too. Like, she puts out some good damage. Yeah, we definitely got to do more games with that
go
though.
For a whole bunch of resets.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. The only problem is if you don't want to waste your meter because you're using it to play defensively, then you have to hit the opponent a whole bunch of times. And that's the only downside. But you don't have to play defensively. Like you could use the meter for her damage as well. So it's like a pick and choose situation. I think, me personally, optimal wise, you kind of want to play into your spiritual pressure move 1. It's just that good.
Okay.
So you kind of want to keep that meter for that instead of the damage. So you just have to hit the opponent a lot more. But she's still a good character.
Okay, so we got her up higher, likely middle tier, somewhere around B, right?
Yeah, something around there.
Now, our opinions on this next character has kind of been going all over the place. Zaraki. How do you feel about Zaraki?
All right, I still think Zaraki's trash.
Okay.
But
but he's not bottom tier though.
He's not bottom. He's not. He's towards the bottom to me. But he do have a saving grace because he takes away 6.
Okay, now this is my thing about Kenpachi though. Kenpachi is good, I guess, people who aren't familiar with his kit. Once you learn his spacing and once you learn how to counter what he wants to do, I think they're cooking with this list actually. With it, not the list, but with Zaraki in particular, I think he deserves that spot. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Once you know what he wants to do, because Zaraki wants to beat out whatever moves you're doing with his armor, right?
Right.
So now when you're playing against somebody who's not pressing into Zaraki, his offense is not the greatest. He can't backstep a lot off a lot of stuff. Actually, all his quick attacks he can't backstep off of. So if I really wanted to just jab check you every single time, I could. And then there's nothing really you could do about it. You have to kind of sit in place.
Right.
So that kind of hinders him a lot. But if you playing against a real aggressive opponent who's just nonstop aggression and don't know when to dial it back, Zaraki, you could get away with a lot of stuff with Zaraki.
Yeah.
But once the opponent is smart and knows okay, if he want to just throw out all these armor moves, I'm just gonna wait it out and punish him, then it's kind of over for Zaraki.
Yeah,
that 6-piece
is crazy.
The one thing that could save him is that he don't that 6-piece. If he do take away 4 the first time around, he don't gotta soul break you that second time around, and then he does a lot of damage. So if he gets you with 2 to 3 little stupid hits or punishes, you could lose. But I will say that.
My thing is that once you get to a certain level, it's like you're not falling for that. You know what I mean? So while the potential is there, until they kind of give him some quality of life buffs, he's gonna kind of be around that D area. And my biggest thing about him, because I really started, picking him up recently, he doesn't have any good tracking moves, right? I mean, if he's
tracking moves is trash.
Exactly, if he's running down on you and he tries to use that super armor, the special flash attack, you sidestepping that, or you could just get out of the range because it don't even go too far, right? And then his signature skill is horrible. The only good thing about his signature skill is when you press it, you could bait somebody out with an orange reverse gauge cancel, but that's very niche. And if somebody knows you like to do that, then you're done. That's not going to be working like that. So
the only tracking move he has is his dash attack. His dash attack tracks.
Yeah, it's fast
but
too.
It's fast, but you could backstep it. It don't got the greatest range, so you could backstep it.
Right.
And then he's stuck in recovery. And if you got a character that's quick enough, or if you're quick on the trigger, you can punish him. So it's
right. But let's go to the next character though.
One thing else I would say is that I ain't gonna lie, though, Zaraki is a good counter to the giant characters. The only thing is there's only 2 giant characters in the game.
Right.
but his signature skill is actually good against them. Because you know, with a giant character, they attack, they be knock you back full screen.
Yeah.
You gotta run back in and all this other stuff. Well, with that move, he stays in place. He would take the hit, attack you, and it stays in place.
And then he does more damage by, you know, he does more damage depending on how much he took, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So it is a good counter, and then he does 6 again. So he is actually kind of good against the giant characters once they go into Awakening.
Okay.
But
okay, so he has a niche. He has a niche, but
he
again,
has like a little niche. Yeah.
There's only 2 giants.
Like he could be counter pick. Exactly. Like someone's picking Komomaru or Renji.
Right.
If someone really confident with the Zaraki, it could work out. But
okay, and you know what? And there's nothing wrong with counter pick characters. You know, they there for a reason. So they do need to buff my boy though. Yeah, for sure.
He definitely needs some. I just think his pressure needs to change. Let him be able to backstep off of something.
Yeah.
And then it will just make him instantly better, and then make it his 6th skill. Or you could cancel your quick attacks directly into your 6th skill to make it like, okay, now my opponent has to worry about pressing a button into me after they block my move.
And you could
that'll make him instantly better.
You could do some type of strike throw joints, right? You could end a full quick chain into, you know, you could condition them to attack you, right? And then you go into 6th skill, or let you combo off a 6th skill too. That would be pretty cool.
Like a counter hit,
off a counter hit, that'd be pretty crazy, or something like that.
Or dash cancel, or you could charge it up and cancel out of it. That'll help him out a lot too.
Something, man.
Now for the people that's waiting for him to whiff, I could cancel out of it and then press you with my dash attack. That would be really good.
Yeah, but
they
had a good spot here. They did good with this spot though. So far, it's the only ones for sure.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
All right, so next we got how you say his name?
Szayelaporro. That's how I say that shit.
Szayelaporro.
Yeah.
I used to say Szayelaporro. I didn't even pronounce the Z.
I don't even know, bro. Let's just call him Grants, whatever. Spotter number 8. I play him the most, right? So I'm gonna kind of take the thing on this. I think I don't know. Is he D? You know what? This is another one where I feel like it's a good placement. If anything, I would say he's slightly higher than this, maybe C. The reason why I say that though is because he has a lot going for him. This character has first of all, his base form is pretty good. Like he has good normals in base. That special flash attack, he is very fast. It has good range on it. I think his biggest downsides is that it's too much RNG with this character. You can't control how much Kenpaku you're taking, and in a game where people can 2-piece you, right, like really quickly, or you got characters that can do a lot of damage and get you into the red real quick to kind of nullify that revive mechanic. It's like that RNG could kill you. Listen, I've only gotten the heart twice, and I've played this character a lot since release. I think that should show you how bad the RNG is for this character.
That's bad. If you only got the heart 2 times, it's crazy. And he played a lot of matches, and 2 times is crazy.
Yeah, but his resurrection, he got good range on his normals. His command grab, his signature skill command grab is a good mix-up tool. You know, he has a counter that works on projectiles. It's crazy. Like he has all the tools.
Yeah, his toolkit is amazing.
Yeah,
as a character,
for sure.
Like you talking about normals, his toolkit is amazing. The only thing that messes him up is the keycon system for him. How his keycon system works.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I think he's probably made to play stall out, but it's boring to play stall out.
Yeah, nobody wants to play like that, man.
So
it's not,
but I think he could be C tier for me. I don't know about D.
I agree with that. I agree with that. And he struggles against certain matchups, which is where it's even more of a matchup dependent thing too. So C depending on who he's going against, and then really D on the regular maybe. But I think they kind of got like they kind of did okay with his placement here.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So the next placement.
This next one.
Crazy. I don't know. Let me go down and even read it.
This next one is crazy. Yamamoto in D tier is insane, yo.
Yeah, you talk about that while I scroll down to see.
Insane. All right, so listen. You talk about the highest damaging character in the game. His heavy attack alone does more than some people's full combos, like full like quick attacks into heavies into flash step like damage and shit. Like Yama is insane. He has great normals. He's plus on his normals. He can force you into situations where it's like a cage when you fight him. Like it's hard to get away from him because he can ignore a lot of your pressure with his special flash attack. He can just like kind of just dash in, force you to deal with his strike throw mix-ups. Then he has an invulnerable super that starts combos and it reduces your heat gauge to 0 and lets you use all of your heat moves for free for like a good 6 to 7 seconds. Like I think that move alone should prove that he's not D. They're kind of bugging out with this one. Not gonna lie. What you think?
So basically, what they said is basically the special flash attack, because you played him before, after the patch, so you didn't know how good the special flash attack was before the patch. It was plus.
Right.
So basically, they say he get downgraded because of that. They said that was the only good approach tool. It's still a good approach tool.
It still is a good approach tool.
You just can't use it for full screen. You have to use it in that mid-range area when your opponent doesn't think that you're going to attack. It catches people off guard. It's kind of hard to react to.
And they're wrong about that being his only approach tool. His dash, he can't dash in, but his dash is like a teleport. He kind of like he covers so much distance.
He covers a lot of ground on a lot of ground on that dash. So
yeah.
And then they said they said he's good against opponents who like to press buttons. But once you play against someone who's defensive, it's hard to open them up. Now, what would you say about that? There's a little truth to that.
I could see some truth with that. If I was fighting somebody who was running away a lot or very defensive, that's I would slightly disagree with that. And the reason why is because once he uses his special flash attack on you, it's going to hit you. It's faster than what any backdash you can do or kind of running away mechanic, right? So it's going to force you into a blocking situation. Now you either are going to go for a grab or you're going to continue to backstep. If I know you're going to backstep there, I just follow your backstep and I do a dash attack and I get a full combo off of my dash attack. So I think it works better than just trying to fight him head on, but he's still a strong character. He can still handle those situations.
And and just the damage alone, he gets you 2 good hits. You're almost at a red.
Yeah.
Off his damage alone is crazy.
Right.
And he can play defensive. He's like one of the better defensive characters, period, in this game.
He is.
So eventually you're gonna need a hit. Unless you have a really strong character as well, eventually you're gonna need a hit. And if he plays defensive, it's over. And then if you don't want him to start the offense at all either. So I don't know what they talking about with that one. I think they bugging out with that one.
I think we both agree that he's higher and he's way higher than D tier.
Yes. Way higher.
Way higher for sure.
All right.
Yeah, let's go on to the next one. Shunsui. So you really have more of the experience with Shunsui.
All right. So Shunsui, to me, he is, I think there are some okay stuff with Shunsui.
Okay.
I don't think he's terrible. My experience or why I felt about Shunsui is also because I was playing against Yamamoto, and that was a tough ass matchup. True. That was a very hard matchup to deal with.
Right.
I played other people and other characters against Shunsui, and it's not as hard as that Yamamoto matchup, but he still does have a lot of problems. But he has some good stuff as well. It's enough to make him mid tier to me. He's like mid.
Okay.
I don't have him in the D tier. But I definitely don't have him high up. He's around mid tier.
You know what? Looking at this list and looking at the other characters that are available, I think that that's a fitting spot for him. Again, you play him more, but the reason why I really say so is that he fundamentally is just missing some things other characters have. I mean, he can't combo after he does a grab. He can't combo after doing his special flash attack, which is a really good movement tool, but you can't really, like, you know what I mean? You just use it out for damage real quick. You can't even combo off a strike back, right? Am I right about that?
Yeah, you can't combo off a strike back. If they was to change that and make it that he could combo off a strike back, that would be pretty good.
Yeah, it'll make him
you
better.
You could hit him out of it when he's in it. It is good. It covers a lot of ground, but you can't hit him out of it.
Yeah.
So,
and I think he kind of suffers from what Szayelaporro suffers from. You can't control your game. Your game will work against you. You know, I would say 50% of the time. He has a kit that works to kind of kite around the fact that the games are the way they are. I played against the Shunsui player once who basically was using that stance move where he spins and has a lot of priority, and he was kind of like staying within the circle and playing tag with that like that. So I think there are ways you could play him that kind of benefits the way that you know.
His kit works for the games, but just sometimes he's just missing the little fundamental stuff. Like his grab does do a lot of damage, but the fact that you can't combo off of it is crazy. His flash attack, you're not going to get a lot of damage off of him because you're going to be attacking more with your quick attacks than your flash attacks. If you could catch someone with a flash attack, it does a lot of damage. But for the most part, when you're doing engagements, you're hitting your opponent with quick attacks. And since he has no combo potential, he's going to be hitting the opponent way more times than he needs to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to hit my opponent like 5 times before he gets to the red. 7 times the soul break. Maybe 8 times. And it's annoying. And then the games could work against you and all that other stuff. So he is kind of low. He is lower, but I do feel like he does have little stuff here and there that works as a character. Like his range on some of his quick attacks is pretty good. He got a pretty good dash attack.
He got good normals too, right? Good range on his normals.
Yeah, he got good normals. He got good normals. So
yeah, if anything, I will say he might be slightly higher for me at least. But I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, like you could play him. It's not like he can't function as a character at all. There's some characters who's really kind of flawed, but you can actually play him. Even with the RNG system with his games, you can still kind of play him though. Okay,
I feel that.
All right, so next we got Sajin Komamoru.
Yeah, Komamoru.
I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this at all.
Why not? What's wrong? What's wrong with the Komamoru replacement?
Really, really good.
Sajin's
really, really good. I don't know where they get D from.
They snapped with his Bankai. They snapped with his character. His base character is very good. I think you could honestly rank him in 3 different places: his Bankai, his base character, and then that weekend form. Honestly,
yeah, because even weekend form, the weekend form is pretty good because it got the 360 armor sword stab move, so it's hard to approach him and stuff like that. And then base form, he got the little mix up with his dash attack, where it's a natural delay with the next hit. So you block a dash attack, you really have to guess strike or throw. And it's kind of hard to deal with. And then sometimes you forget that there's that delay there, so you try to press buttons because it looked like you could press button back and you get hit. Then he has a lot of armor. If you press into him, he has a lot of moves to deal with armor. He has the sword stab move with the 6 skill that's annoying to deal with. He can press you.
He has a full screen range
anywhere
move
on screen. Yeah, he can press you a lot. The thing is you gotta charge it up. But if you in the matchup when you're allowed to charge it up, he could control the whole space.
Yeah, the charging up shit is quick too. It's not even something that takes a while to do. And then he can use the signature skill to extend combos. So you might forget that he even has that, and then you think you're safe to go in for a punish, and then the whole Kokujin Tengen Mo arms comes out, and it's like, damn,
like he could whiff something on purpose. And you forget that he has that. That's another thing. When you face him, that's another thing you have to pay attention to. It's already a lot of stuff you got to pay attention to on screen. The opponent's meter, your meter, the health, so on and so forth. Now you got to pay attention to that bar right there. If he has it or not. Because he could whip something, and then you run in for a punish, and then he extends it with the 6 skill and hit you.
Then the crazy thing is,
a lot of damage.
I was just about to say that. The crazy thing is he does super crazy amounts of damage. So it's not like he's not getting you into situations where the Bankai is going to one-shot you, right? You get somebody down to 5 Kenpaku and you go Bankai, you basically won. There's no way they're going to outlast that Bankai that whole time. And even if they do, they're going to be in the red, so it's It's insane. I don't even know why they put him in D. It's kind of crazy why they did that. I don't know. That's
he gotta
great.
at least be like even if I don't have no, he has to be at least be C. You know, like there's no way in the world. Even though I don't even agree with him being C, he could be higher than that.
He's way higher.
There's no way in the world where he's D. There's no way in the world.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he might not be way higher. I think he's definitely higher. He's probably like a tier or two higher than this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So next up,
you want to start with Gin?
Yeah, we can start again.
You got Gin fresh on your mind, man. Let me know how you feel about Gin.
I just put out a video today again. Go check that out. All right, so Gin is good. Gin is good.
Yeah.
I need to fight more characters with Gin. But he has a really, really good dash attack. It's amazing. That move is so amazing. Like he covers so much ground. He don't gotta be close to the opponent at all. He could punish characters, especially characters that is very linear with their approach. He could punish them very easily. He controls that mid-range distance perfectly, right? Then when you block something of his, you always have to be worried about it because if he has meter and you try to attack into me, even though it's not invincible, it kind of is. Like I don't know if it's like an online setting or something like that, but his spiritual pressure 2 move feels like it's invincible, and you cannot attack into it. Also, if I read that you're gonna backstep over something and I pop that move, like sometimes it's by accident. Sometimes it's by accident, right? Sometimes I'm in a situation where you're pressuring me, and I just don't want to deal with the situation no more. Right. So I just do my spiritual pressure move too, thinking that you're gonna attack, but then you're backstepping, and then it still catches your backstep, and I'm like, yes, that's free damage. I take it, no matter what. It's a good situation to be in when you're Gin, right? So. He's a really good character. I don't think he's, like I said, I gotta play more matchups with him to see how high he goes. But I definitely think he's higher than C.
Okay, so I think he's higher than C, but I think he's gonna max out probably either a tier above this or like I
kind of feel that way as well too.
Yeah, he's gonna max out a tier above this or maybe at the bottom of that next tier. I can see why they might feel like he's C, because I'm looking at the characters that are above him and what they can do personally. So now you start thinking, damn, you start moving things around. But his range is insane. He's safe on a lot of stuff. Very hard character to deal with. I think because of how they made him with all that range and how safe he is, some of the other fundamentally broken characters or characters that don't got much going for them or have like a huge flaw, right, are just going to suffer. They can't deal with what he can do. He's kind of like that. He's kind of like that guard point that'll hold other characters from being better because he's just crazy good when it comes to that mid range. But yeah, I agree with you.
All right. So next we got. Oh, this is perfectly because we both play Yoruichi, but you played the better Yoruichi. All right, so what you think about Yoruichi?
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you got it. I'm gonna come back though, my Yoruichi. I'm gonna come back. But you got it right now.
Yoruichi. Okay, so I see they put it in C. You know what? I'ma agree with that. I think if something were to change about that placement for Yoruichi, it would be slightly higher, maybe at like the bottom of B or maybe middle of B. But some of these other characters in the game just got so much going for them, and she doesn't. She does low damage and base. You have to use supers to really kind of like crank out that damage for her. She's very linear, which is like the biggest kind of con for her. You can just sidestep everything she does, even the special flash attack 1, which is supposed to track side steps. It doesn't track that well. I've tried that in multiple games, and it sometimes doesn't, and sometimes it does. So it's weird. But she overall, I would say, is roughly kind of CB. I think they did good with that. She just struggles. Yeah. She struggles in certain matchups. It's really an uphill battle when you fight in certain characters, man.
Yeah, she is very cool and fun to play
for sure.
But I will agree, she kind of lacks. She kind of lacks, and it's the damage compartment. Also, the fact that, like you said, she's very linear. so that really hurts her. She could easily, like, with like a slight buff though, she could easily jump off a tier. Like if they give her like better frame advantage off of certain stuff to make her be able to apply her mix up better, then she could easily jump up a tier. Because when she's in and she could rush you down, she could definitely rush you down.
I agree.
That's definite. But one thing I will say is they have her higher than a lot of other characters in this tier that I definitely don't agree with at all. So the next up, they got her higher than Byakuya. I don't agree with that. They got her higher than Renji. I don't agree with that. They got her higher than Nntoria. I don't agree with that. They got her higher than Shikai Ichigo. I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
they kind of bugging.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just did the Nntoria Yoruichi matchup recently, and it was rough, yo. It was rough. Like, she, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that C placement seems to be pretty good, but not relative to the other people there. Like let's go on to the second character there, the third character. I mean, Shikai Ichigo. Now, you were more involved with this character. How do you feel about that placement?
I feel like in relation to this list, it's kind of okay-ish. But if I was to make my own list, he would be a tier higher. I think he's good in that B tier. He's a good character. He has the potential to always two-piece you, like two-key combo you. So that's really good with his mechanic.
Right.
He's always going to get to his he's always going to get to his awaken quick, because every single time he's a reverse action, it's always going to be white reverse. So that helps him out. He always going to get to spirit drive quick, so he's going to do damage. Shikai Ichigo problem is Shikai Ichigo doesn't do nothing extremely well. He just basically decent and balanced, right? Yeah. He does good guard pressure, but besides that, it's nothing crazy. Bankai Ichigo is definitely better. He's really fun to play.
Yeah,
he's really fun to play.
He is.
And he's like basic and balanced as well. He's better than the Shikai version, obviously, but ain't nothing too crazy with him as well. But I do feel like he will be in the B tier. If I had to rank him somewhere, it wouldn't be C. I think he's good enough that he could compete with characters around that B tier and stuff like that.
Okay. So I'm gonna give my side on that. I think they put him in a good spot. I say that because as we're going through this list, I'm starting to realize that some of these characters some of them are whatever, and some of them really just got something that makes them stand out. Like if it was like a stat chart and they stats was going crazy in one area, like attack, defense, like you said, he's kind of like an all-rounder. I don't think he's enough of an all-rounder to kind of deal with some of the other characters that would be above him. So I think that spot right there, C, is good. Because the thing is, you said even the ability to two Kenpaku people, but how often does that happen?
Nah, it happens very often. Like, because the first round you're going to take away 4. The first round, or you could take away, because either way you go about it with him, he's always in a situation where he could do a 2-piece, right? Because even if you take away 3 in the beginning, right, you have the opportunity to take away 6 in Awakening, right? True. Or if you take away 4 in base, you could just do 5. You understand? So you always have, if you play him really well, how he's supposed to be played, it should never be a situation where you're 3 touching anybody.
Well, let me ask you this, Sikshot. Is there situations, because that's the thing, at that level, right? You're managing your meter in a way where you might need it for a flash step, you might need it for this, you might need it for that. How often are you really gonna have enough meter to reverse gauge when someone is low enough for you to actually do that 6-piece? You get what I'm saying? Like it's not as easy to do as your Soi Fon, where I just gotta soul break you. It's not as easy as Kenpachi.
True.
You know,
you're definitely right about that, but that's why I feel like at some point though, it's either early game or late game, you should play it. That's what I'm saying. You should play it how to the point where you have the 2-piece. Like even if it's in base, right? In the beginning of the game, right, I get you down to red. I should keep my reverse meter for this situation. And then in the next half of the game, I don't have to worry about 6-piecing you because I could just 5-piece you because I just did a 4-piece to you.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I just haven't had luck with that. I find myself reverse gauging right somebody's low, but now because he can't combo with his reverse gauge, I have to now open you up again. Especially if you're going against a very defensive player, you might struggle to open somebody up while you still have reverse gauge because they know what you want to go for. You get what I'm saying? Like he's very telegraphed in what he wants to do. It's a cool mechanic though. I like it, but I think he's in a good spot. But I respect your opinion. You say he's probably a little bit higher.
Yeah. All right. So next up, we got Hisagi, and you definitely got the helm on this one. Go ahead.
Yo, Hisagi. Yo. See? Oh man. You know what? I disagree. Well, now that I've learned more with this character and how his fear meter works, I actually do think they put him in a good spot. I think this C tier probably is the best kind of C tier that they've done so far. I'm not gonna lie, because he struggles right in base, but once you finally get into your Shikai, that range that you get with Kazushini, the range, the block damage and the basically like range you get off of his super 1 is really good. The combos you can do with that, he has a counter super that does a ton of damage. And I recently learned something else with him where he could basically he can guard break you very easily, like, and you can't do anything about it if he has 150 meter. This character can put you in really uncomfortable situations, and not a lot of characters can contest where his heavy scythe attack hits. So, you know, I do think that's a pretty good spot for him. I used to think he was worse, but if you would caught me like a week ago, I would have put him in D tier. I would have been like, yo, yeah, they wrong in this. He's definitely in D. But I think because his fear meter is fundamentally like broken, like he can't get his fear when he wants to, the way people play the game, I think C is good. But if they change how his fear works or do something else to his kit to make him better, like being able to combo off his special flash attack, he could definitely jump up to B or even A.
Yeah, his kit to me, besides maybe the special flash attack, but it do have its uses. But his kit to me is really, really good, especially in Awakening.
Yeah,
Awakening, he's amazing. Once you learn the dead zone and you know where I gotta be for his flash attack to hit and stuff like that, he's kind of, his normals to me at least is kind of amazing. And like you said, there's not a lot of characters in this game that can contest in that range. And you always I gotta try to always, when I'm fighting against your Hisagi, I always gotta try to like, it's hard, it's a real good, when you face a really good Hisagi, which you're a good Hisagi, right?
Appreciate it.
And I'm in that mid-range area, I gotta guess if you're gonna do another flash attack or if you're gonna backstep. Because if you do another flash attack, I have to make my way forward toward you.
Okay.
But if you read that and make a backstep, by the time I make my dash step, you're going to be able to hit me with your flash attack out of your backstep, and it's annoying to deal with. It's annoying to deal, especially if you don't got the character to deal with it, right? It's kind of annoying to deal with. His downside is the key comm mechanic,
right,
and the fair mechanic, stuff like that, because he only takes away 1 or 2 if you soul break. That's kind of terrible. And then you have to lose to do better, to take more key con.
Yep.
So it's never a situation where you could just be straight snowballing the character and be able to key con easily compared to other characters, right? Like I could be in a situation where I'm just beating you up. There's nothing you can do about it, and then I'm going to 2-piece you, depending how I go about it, right? But for Hisagi, he has to lose key cons. Kenpachi.
You gotta lose to win. So, it's counterintuitive. Yeah,
you gotta lose to win, which is kind of like
it's really bad, honestly. But I think they made up with it with his normals and his block pressure and his damage for sure.
Yeah, so that's the only thing. So it's like if we make him better in the key con and the Kenpachi department, he kind of would be really beast. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah,
I understand the balance. Maybe they needed, like you said, change the fear meter a little bit to make it function a little bit better. But to me, they probably got it right. They got it right. I think he is around that area as well.
What do you think about Byakuya?
He's definitely higher than what they got him.
Yeah, they bugging on this one.
Oh no.
they bugging on this one.
All right, speak in a situation you facing Byakuya. You speak to that, and I'm gonna go read about what they said.
All right, now not only you, but I know like 2 other people that I play with kind of somewhat frequently that play this guy. Super hard to deal with. I mean, it's really character dependent, but I've been in matches where I've played Chad and I've had to run down Byakuyas who are fighting me from this crazy long distance. Let me just say this: Byakuya is the best zoner in the game. He can combo after using his whole flash attack, which is ridiculous. He has a counter super. He has a super that it's not a counter super, but it draws you in so you can start a combo off of it. And the range is just insane. And if you're playing against someone who really understands range, just like as Sikshot was talking about with Hisagi, I was just playing this man's Byakuya not too long ago, and I could not do anything about it. Once he adapted to the matchup and he saw where the range was and where he had to be, I couldn't do anything. I try to get in close and he'll tech a grab. I try to play from far with another character, and you can't contest Byakuya from far. So it's like, this character is way better than C tier. I think they're smoking by putting this guy here. It's crazy.
Yeah, and me even reading what they even talking about, I don't understand it. I'm not even gonna read it. They said something about allowing. I don't even know. I ain't gonna read it. But all I know, me playing Byakuya, and I don't even have that much Byakuya experience. But like you said, once I learned the match, what makes him really, really good is he could hit with his 6 skill, right? And this is an awakening. And I don't have to waste any type of meter. Like I could knock you back with Hakugeki, right?
Right.
And if you know how you got the whole cancel tech, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to do that, because when I knock you back with Byakuya, I could track you to wherever you at on the screen with his 6 skill.
Ridiculous.
And then I could combo after that with his spiritual pressure 1 move, because he disappears and reappears directly to where the opponent's at and attacks them.
Mm-hmm.
And you could use that move after a flash step follow-up.
Yep.
Which a lot of characters in this game can't do. There's only certain characters that could do that, and he's one of those characters that could do that. So that makes him in the damage compartment. I'll never have to waste meter to try to extend combos with the reverse meter. I could always save onto that for something more important and just use my regular spiritual pressure 1 move to get my damage off. So that makes him really, really good. Then the ranges he control, to me, he reminds me of Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat. And the reason why I say that is because remember Shang Tsung had the skulls?
Yeah, I was about to say this is a deep cut you doing right now.
Yeah.
MK.
And you know I like Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat, and the skulls control certain areas on the screen, and you just have to guess, like, all right, if I think you're gonna approach, I'll attack in this area. If I think you're gonna backstep attack, that's like playing Byakuya.
Okay.
So
I see it.
It's fun to me like that. He's a fun character too. I mean, he is kind of like, his game playing wise is kind of boring, but it's not just brain dead, because if you play against somebody who's really, really good, you really have to guess what area they're gonna be in. I have to anticipate to that area and use the correct attack and so on and so forth, because he does have dead zones in Awakening when it comes to his Bankai, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shikai, I gotta work on more. I was doing a lot of my damage in Bankai. Shikai I still have to work on, but he still has good tools in Shikai as well. So I say all of that to say he's definitely higher. I don't know what they smoking either. He's definitely higher. He's one of the better characters in the game. If I had to actually give you a ranking to where he's at, he's probably towards A. He's probably in that A range.
Okay, I can see that. I agree with that as well. The next character is Nntoria. How do you feel about this one?
He's higher than C. He's, if I had to give areas, but he's higher. He's not that much higher. I would just say that, right? He's good. He does a lot of damage. He's the game's grappler, right? He's like probably is there another grappler type of character?
Super grapple
like
heavy? No.
Yeah, he's like the true grappler. He has insane range.
Shit, with the way breakers work in this game, everybody is, bro.
Yeah, everybody's a grappler. But then he has an actual command grab that's really, really good, that if you got 100 meter reverse meter, you could combo off of that does the same damage. He has a command grab super that does the same damage as well. and his sixth skill is a command grab. He has armor.
Yeah, the Hierro
on special flash attacks with the Hierro, his sixth skill.
Yeah.
Right. He got a sane range. He got a plus on block dash attack that puts the opponent in a mix between strike and command grab.
I'm about to learn him.
And then if you got the Hierro popped and you do that, and you try to attack through that, he's gonna eat through your attack and command grab you. So he's a good character. I don't know how good he is, but he's definitely better than C. I would give him at least another tier up.
Okay. I don't have super crazy amount of experience fighting him. When I have it was super annoying to deal with. Again, I mentioned earlier I did a Yoruichi versus Nntoria matchup, and I felt like dealing with his range was a lot. That heavy attack is beast. The Hierro was annoying to deal with. You know, being able to eat one free hit is insane in this kind of game. When grabs are good, when you have a command grab that does so much damage, like you said, like he's good. I think if he's not C where they put him, I could see him definitely being either a tier or slightly higher than that. So yeah.
So
Stark. Yeah, Stark, man. He's lower.
Yeah, Stark.
He the first one that's lower. That's crazy.
Yeah, Stark is definitely lower. I had to put the screen on for this one. I gotta talk about Stark. All right. So I've been playing a lot of Stark. I played Storm. If I had to just put a number to it, at least 20 times with Stark, and I only won twice. Only got 2 games. Now, a lot of times there is my error. There's games I could have won. That was my error. But this character is not that good, man. This character, he's very, very flawed. I think he's definitely bottom 5 to me. If not the worst character in the game. I even think Kara might have a little bit more. If you could really learn Kara, I think Kara has a little bit more to him than Stark's. Now, Stark gun form is oppressive, but you have to charge a lot. And if you facing somebody who's rushing you down a lot, that is hard to charge.
Yeah.
Now you have to start incorporating your movement with the special dash attack, and then the special dash attack still takes away from your meter. So then you have to like really meter. That's a lot of meter management in a game where there's already a lot of meter management. And
right.
There's even more meter management when it comes to Stark. Now, when we get to his awakening, the awakening is good because out the gate, he don't have to get to sublimation. He will always take away 5 if he soul breaks you. The problem is that when he soul breaks you, he loses a compound cool, right? Now, during the whole fight, you're not going to really get a chance to, you would think like, okay, since he take away 5, I could just go awaken as quick as possible and just soul break him 2 times and it'd be over with. But when the way how the fight goes and the characters are better and so on and so forth, it doesn't work out that way. You probably will only do it 1 time, and then by the time you're ready to do it again, you probably will you will only have 3 Konpaku left, and you can't soul break at that time period. So it's kind of like weird. He can't combo off his grab. It's just some characters, he got a bug where he can't even combo to the super. His wolf, his 6th skill takes away a Konpaku stock from him. He needs 100 meter to use the wolves, but you need your meter for other stuff. So it's like I said, it goes back to the whole meter management with him. And yeah, he definitely need a buff. What you think?
There's a lot of things wrong with him. I think you hit every point with that.
I could kill him for days. I don't even want to spend all day talking on him. So I just try to shore him up as quick as possible.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think you know what it is. I think people in Japan might not know how to deal with him, maybe, or something, because to put him in C, they must. You know what? Some people really think that his Sero form can carry him as a character, and the Sero form is strong. Don't get me wrong, but you only take it at most 3 Konpaku if you soul break. You know, you have to evolve in this game, unfortunately, in order to take more stocks.
Because he does more damage actually in the Sero form, but the problem is that he takes more damage.
Yeah.
If you go awakening, my defense is not like, I'm still taking out regular damage compared to So I have to go awakening to survive longer. Because if I stay in Serral form, your damage you're doing to me is going to be ridiculous.
And then you can't even get into Spirit Drive if you decide to go like that. You can't even get into Sublimation. So
exactly.
you know, definitely. So I think he's under. I think he's at the bottom for sure.
Right.
But yeah, let's go to the next one. Uryuu, how do you feel about Shida?
I played the Shida. I gotta go back to playing him again. He's towards the bottom as well. I'm sorry. He's towards the bottom as well. It's really hard to hit people that sidesteps you a lot with him.
Yeah.
His quick attack range is trash.
I agree with that.
He got a good dash attack, but it's not the greatest. His arrows don't go full screen. The only arrow that goes full screen is the special flash attack one, and then that one to start up is really slow. His 6 skill arrows is kind of whatever as well. And then he goes awakening, nothing really changes. It don't really change until he gets to reawakening, and reawakening he's better because he has more combo potential. But then the problem with reawakening is that he loses health constantly, all the way down to the last 1 HP. So it's very easy for the opponent to kill you. Now he does have a parry that's an instant kill, but you have to make the correct read, and that's kind of hard to do in this game at all the time. So they're taking a real big gamble when you go into that form.
Yeah, you got to condition people to do that, but by that point you losing health, you probably getting anxious. Yeah, he's you think he's worse? You think he's
Stark?
Yeah, no, you think he's lower than that placement?
Oh yeah,
for sure.
He's towards the bottom as well. He bottom 6, 7 probably. I have to really go through it, but I think he's towards the bottom as well. But I'm gonna play him more. And see what's up. But as of right now, my thoughts is that he's towards the bottom.
Okay. I agree with you. I kind of have the same sentiment on that. I face good Uryuus that know how to stay back and kind of play that range game, but it's all about knowing what they have available and just avoiding it and just getting close up on them. Because once you get up close on Uryuu, he can't really do much, you know. So yeah, I think he should be slightly lower than this. Now Renji is definitely better than C tier. What are your thoughts?
I don't agree with this at all. I don't know what they were smoking on this one. Renji to me is at least an A tier character. To me,
I agree.
Renji space control and base is amazing. He has his special flash attack is plus on block. And I know, if you try to use it within his sweep and stuff like that, you can interrupt him and you can sidestep it, but it's not that easy to do, right? You don't know when he's exactly going to use it. And then you can also use the special flash attack on Oki situations where you have to block or flash step, a perfect flash step to get out the way of it. So it's just nonstop, consistent pressure that Renji's putting on you. And then he has his Bankai, which is a giant awakening, which is really good in this game.
Yep.
And then even when he gets to the weakened state, he is a lot weaker, but he has his skill turns into a parry, so that helps him fight off characters that rush him down. And then if he has the meter, he could spend it to go back into his base, like how he was the base form with this. So he's still really good. C tier, I don't understand it. I'm not even going to go down and read what they put because some of the stuff don't even make sense to me. But he's definitely higher than C tier.
Yeah,
no lower than B. No lower than B.
No lower than B.
To me, no lower than B, and to me, he's either top of B or he's definitely in the A.
For sure.
Like there's a couple characters in the A that I think he's better than that they got in A. So
yeah, no, I agree with that. Okay, so B tier. This is how I'm not gonna lie. Every character from here and up, they're all good characters for sure. And I think they made a good decision on a lot of them. So what do you think about Tosen? Hate this character,
Tosen,
yo.
I think he's that way. I think he's good where he's at. I think that's like the perfect placement.
That's the perfect placement. I agree. Oh man, yo, his
Tosen's
mix-up
good.
game. Oh,
Tosen is really good. And I don't even think this Tosen's playing Tosen like how I play Tosen.
Okay,
And
talk your spit, man.
I'm just saying, I'm out here. I'm a real nice Tosen out here. I'm just saying, like, there's the Tosens that I seen, they be running away, they be backstepping a lot.
Yeah.
I get in your face and mix it up with Tosen.
Now your Tosen is fire. Your Tosen is fire.
He has the tools to run it in your face and mix it up. Y'all gotta watch my gameplay. That's all I gotta say. If y'all don't know how good Tosen is, y'all gotta watch my gameplay. That's all I gotta say.
Now all I gotta say about this character is Bankai. This man's Bankai alone makes you like you have to adapt to that. Like you have to yeah, you can use tricks like looking at the camera and like kind of like looking at the position of the camera to see how close Tosen is to you, but you really are fighting in the dark. Like this character forces you to have to kind of heighten your senses and be like, all right, is he coming for a grab? Is he gonna come and attack? Is he gonna bait me out with that special flash attack? Like, or is he gonna bait me out to attack and then use that high damage and counter super? Like it's beast. Like this character definitely, the only reason why he's not high is because the other characters are just that much better. Like for sure. The next one is Shinji. Now, I ain't gonna lie, he kind of like the outlier up here. How you feel about Shinji being up here?
Shinji is, because I play Shinji is good, but it's certain matchups that's hard for Shinji. Like when he has to chase you, that's a hard matchup.
Okay.
Like Yoruichi's a hard matchup for Shinji. Soi Fon's a hard matchup for Shinji. Any character that because he don't have no Oki tools. Like his only Oki tool is Hiyori. But besides that, if I don't want to spend a meter, after I use my flash attack, it's over. Like you could easily get up and backstep and do whatever you want from there. So it's kind of crazy with that. I think he's good at B. The mix up when he's able to get Sakanade grab off and he's able to mix you up, he is real dangerous. He does have a parry as well. But when you're facing a good player, they know all the stuff. So it is kind of hard. Like facing you all the time with Shinji is kind of hard. Maybe it'd be different when I facing somebody else, because when I did face other people with Shinji, I did do good. But when I did have those matchups where I had to face a Soi Fon, it was hard to catch her and stuff like that. So that is kind of annoying. But he does have a really good comeback potential.
You know what? The more we talk about it, I think the more I kind of agree with this spot. The reason being is he has one of the best counters for breakers. He literally has a move meant for breakers, and breakers are super strong. I would also say that one of his strengths is that this character kind of like his counter works against projectiles, correct?
Yeah, it does.
So he's already a crazy good counter for somebody like Byakuya, right? Or you get what I'm saying? Like you just can't throw stuff out against him because his counter starts a full combo. And
same thing with Tosen too.
Same thing, and I was learning that with the Hitsugaya and Tosen matchup, where I couldn't just throw my Izukus out. He was punishing me for that. So these characters who have full screen counters for projectiles and things like that, you really gotta watch out for them. For free. They're not even a super or anything.
Combos, start combos. Yeah, that is really good. That does make it so they can't get no lower than this. Just go off of that. I ain't gonna lie, just off of that.
Yeah.
And Shinji's game plan when he gets you into that blunder is crazy. And he has a plus on block quick attack.
It is.
Like you said, the special flash attack is a counter to breakers. So I started using it like just running in your face. And then knowing that you want to grab,
and then using
do the special flash attack, and then it works out. So that is a good way to use it. I don't know if Shinji's better than. First of all, on this list, Tosen and they deserve to be in the spot, but Tosen and Shinji, I don't think it's better than the other three people in the list though.
No, Ulquiorra, like spoiler, Ulquiorra, Nelliel, and Grimmjow are. Well, I can't speak on Grimmjow. I don't know about that. But Ulquiorra and Nelliel are definitely better than the other three that's in B tier. They're kind of smoking putting Nelliel there, but we gonna get there. They're smoking putting Ulquiorra there too, bro. But we gonna get there.
All right. So Grimmjow.
Man. I think that's a good spot for him.
Yeah, this is a good tier, but I do think he's better. I don't know. So they all different game plans, so it's kind of I don't know how to really rank it, and I play all three of them.
Yeah.
But Grimmjow is good because he has a plus on block move.
Right.
And the whatever it's called, the little thing you charge up, it could break him out of combos. It's plus on block. The only downside is that he does do damage to himself with certain stuff, with combos and stuff. When you have that, so it's kind of weird. So maybe it is a good placing because probably fighting. I don't know, man. Me personally, I'm gonna say Grimmjow's better. Grimmjow's better than Shinji and Tosen, but this is a good spot for him though. He doesn't get to the A. He doesn't get to that A spot or S spot at all. This is the perfect spot for him.
I can see that. I agree. This is the perfect spot for him. I could see some quality of life changes or even just nerfs to some of the better characters, putting him a little bit higher because he has the tools. I mean, talk about rushdown character, bro. He's in your face. It's hard to deal with him, and he does respectable guard damage. So I think that's a good spot.
Super neutral skip with his special flash attack, especially when he's in the decimation state. That just goes so far.
Yeah, and it's safe.
Plus,
yeah.
Decimation state is plus, and then when you use annihilation, it's even more plus.
Yeah, it's
and
really
he has
good.
like a count. That his 6th skill in decimation state is a counter attack move. So you feel like they're gonna press into you, you could just hit them off of you. Yeah, Grimmjow's a good character. I know I've seen some people talking about Grimmjow is kind of towards the bottom, but I think they bugging. Grimmjow's a good character.
Okay, all right. So next character is Ulquiorra. So we both play him. You know what? I think this is wrong. I think he's higher for sure. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'm bugging out on this one, but I think Ulquiorra is definitely the top 5 character in the game.
Top 5.
I know it's bold. That's bold, and we're gonna talk about it in our own tier list. And watch out for that one. We have a tier list coming out soon too. But he's good.
Look at the characters. I'm looking.
He's good. He has a. So his Cero takes away from his health, right? But he has a way to heal that up. He has a free skipping neutral tool as long as you're willing to spend the health for the Cero. He has good normals. He has a very fast dash attack. This dash
attack is amazing.
Yeah, he can kind of chain his heavies like into each other over and over with his like, you know, heavy into the super, right? I mean into the super, and then the flash attack. Like, he has his combo freedom is insane, and then his reawakening is even crazier. Like,
yeah, his reawakening is ridiculous.
So I see why they might have put him here, because he starts out on the weaker side and he just gets progressively stronger. But if you can get to your reawakening, you honestly become like top 3 best character in the game. Like Resurrection Ulquiorra is beast for sure.
Yeah,
so
he's definitely the best. Second best Resurrection, probably behind
what?
Bankai Ichigo.
Bankai Ichigo. I don't think. Well, okay.
Well, I found out some more stuff, and I ain't telling you either. We gonna save that.
Wait, well, who for who? For Ulquiorra?
For Bankai Ichigo. No,
Bankai Ichigo. All right, bro.
Reawakening.
Okay.
He's definitely the best reawakening in the game. I ain't gonna lie. It's definitely, just off of what I found, he's definitely the best reawakening in the game. But
all right, we'll test it.
All right, so you got Nell. My thoughts on Ulquiorra. Yeah, he's definitely a tier higher. Is he top 5? It may be a strong case for it. If I really look through it, like if I look up, to me, Ulquiorra is better than Urahara. He's better than Kaien. He's better than Ikkaku. Is he better than Dangai? Yeah, he's better than Dangai.
I think he's better than Dangai. Because Dangai gives you a lot of fighting spirit. That's gonna give me the reawakening fast as heck.
Yeah.
So
is he better than Aizen? Probably. I don't think Aizen. He's up there. He's up there. He could be top 5. You definitely.
Yeah, I think he's up there. I think the only people that really contest him in that spot is Harribel, Bankai Ichigo, possibly Soi Fon. Nah. Okay. Nell. Yama. But yeah. But this ain't an Ulquiorra list. We talking. Let's go to the next character. It's all right. We on Nell. So I'ma just go crazy right now with Nell. So Nell is ridiculous. B tier, they're bugging. Her speed and base form is beast. Her range on her normals are insane. She does good damage. Her charge mechanic allows her to be safe on block. Even plus at time. Plus, yeah. Plus, depending on, you know, what strings you decide to use. She has a crazy mix-up game with the step mechanic, being able to cancel into something, backstep, you know, beating out grabs or like throwing in attacks before you do so. Like, she has a lot of stuff that really kind of speaks to her being very good. So I don't agree with B. I think she is one of the top 5 best characters in the game. Yeah, I ain't trying to go too crazy. I'm gonna say that for the tier list, but yeah, that's my thoughts. What do you think?
Yeah, she's higher than B, definitely. She's definitely within the A range. I don't know if he have a list that has multiple S tier characters, then she might be on that tier, or if not, high A. But she's definitely up there. She's one of the better characters in the game. At least they acknowledge that. They acknowledge she's one of the better characters in the game. But they do got a lot of characters that's over her, and I don't think so. But hey.
Okay. All right. So now we enter in the A tier. So
you want to go from Aizen up, or you want to go for tier down?
Well, we've been starting at the top, so let's start from Aizen now. So what do you think about their placement for Aizen?
It's a good placement. Honestly, he's not as crazy like everybody thinks he is. I just don't think that everybody or people don't know the counterplay to him, and I have an Aizen guide or to counter him. So if you need to know how to fight against Aizen, go check that guide out. But he's still good though. He's still good. If you know how to really play him, he has really good range on his normals. He has a great movement. His movement is excellent. Like, his walk speed is trash, but his dashes are really good. He's a real defensive character. He got projectiles, really good projectiles. His charge one does a lot to your guard damage. You have to defend against it, counterplay against it a certain type of way. When he goes to cocoon form, he has a plus on block move that has a lot of range. He goes awakening, his moveset kind of goes back to how it was in base, but he just does more damage now.
Yep.
And reawakening, he does a lot of damage. If he's able to hit you.
He got free supers, man.
Free supers. Yeah, you could do supers over and over and over and over. Now, the supers that you could spam don't really mean much though, because one of them you can only combo into it from a grab. You can't combo into it into attacks, and the other one's a grab. Right. That one's Hado 90. So now when you think about it like that, yeah, he has unlimited supers, but is the unlimited supers really good? But if you are able to get a grab off, you can easily just do that. You know what I'm saying? You have to worry about having the meter to kill or anything like that, because he has the meter all the time to do it. So, and
he is he's a revive character too. I think that's worth mentioning.
Yeah, with the reawakening, that's what I said. The reawakening is where you're able to revive off of that. Yeah, so he's a good character. It takes a while to get to it, but if you play him correctly, you could get to it. Yeah, he's a good character.
All right, so next up is Dangai Ichigo. I think that's a good spot for him.
Yeah, I think so too. He's not the craziest. Obviously they nerfed him kind of sort of. Well, basically not kind of, so he did nerf him, because now when he does the Keycon move to you, he ups your fighting spirit up a lot now. So now it's very easy to two-touch him compared to before. But with all that being said, he still has some of the best normals in the game regardless. He has a good command grab. He has a 50-meter counter that counters projectiles and attacks. Only bad thing about it is they don't do a lot of damage, but at the end of the day, it's still a really good move. And every single time he keycons you, he just gets better as a character.
Yeah, he becomes insane.
The level 3 form is ridiculous, but he is susceptible to being sidestepped a lot, and he's easier to kill than other characters, so that's what really holds him back. I wouldn't be mad if someone puts him in the B tier. I don't think he's no lower than that.
I don't even think he goes there, bro.
I don't think he goes there just because of his normals and the safety of his normal stuff like that.
Normals are crazy.
Even though he don't have a lot of other moves, stuff like that, just the safety of his normals and the range is really good. Yeah. But if someone wants to argue B, I wouldn't agree with it, but I wouldn't be like, oh, nah, you're bugging.
Okay, I respect that. I could, you could see somebody making a case for that.
What you think?
I think what you said is right on. I think he normals are insane, right? And I just think that he kind of gets to just skip over certain mechanics. But certain revive characters can't even get those win conditions.
Oh yeah, you right
just
about
ignores
that. So,
like
so he can't go low no lower than B.
Yeah, you
that.
can't even play Bankai Ichigo. I mean, Bankai Ichigo is a great character, in base, especially once he gets that first evolution. But those mechanics just get thrown out the window. Forget trying to play Szayelaporro against Dangai. He just completely ignores all the revives. So I think that is something that's worth to be saying. And he doesn't have to soul break you. Just 3 red health Keycon moves. Come on, that's crazy. So
yeah, you're definitely right about that.
Yeah.
All right. So next up we got Soi Fon.
Yeah, Soi Fon is the next up.
I think her placement is good. She's a good character. I feel like I finally really figure her out as a character, and she is really, really good. Her Ankins is plus on block. Her pressure is insane when she has Ankins.
You can't do anything. You can't do anything.
Yeah, basically, you can't do nothing. Yeah, you can't do anything. You got to sit there. It be times you beat me out on some stuff, and I'd be like, how? But
I've kind of played. I've been under that pressure so long where I'm like, all right, maybe I could throw a grab here, or maybe I could throw a light here or something, and it be working sometimes.
Sometimes they're not supposed to work because it's plus, but hey, it is.
Oh, it's an online thing.
And maybe I don't know,
Okay.
but she is really, really good. Her downsides is that she don't do that much damage, but she gains a lot of meter like crazy.
Yeah,
she has a whole bunch. She has a whole bunch of reset potential.
She could 3-6 you.
She could 3-6 you easily.
Yeah.
She could 3-6 or 4-5. But since her Keycon move, her second Keycon move does 6, so you don't have to be in a soul break situation if you 4-piece and then 5-piece. You understand? So she's good because of that. She also is very niche and no one really goes for it, but she has a two-touch setup with her Shikai ability, but that's not really nothing to speak about. But it is also another tool that you could use, and if you're able to pull it off, that's something you could do. Yeah, she's a good character. She's very, very fast. Very, very fast. It's hard to hit. She has an amazing special flash attack, even though it could be sidestep. And that's another thing where I feel like people overrate Soi Fon and have her in top 3 or S tier or like that because of how good that special flash attack is. But it is sidesteppable. So if you just sidestep the move, you can punish her very easily. So you just gotta learn your movement. But she's a good character. Overall, she's a very good character. She's definitely better to me. She's better than Ikkaku. She's better than Kaien is strong, but she's better than Kaien. Then she's better than Urahara to me.
All right. So speaking of Ikkaku, what do you feel about Ikkaku? Because I feel like this character is pretty good.
Ikkaku's good. I don't think he's better than Renji though. And they got Renji really low.
Okay.
I don't think Ikkaku's better than Renji.
Okay.
Ikkaku could be A. Ikkaku's either A, bottom A, or high B to me.
He's game plan is really good. Like with the pressure he puts out.
Yeah, and he could 6-piece you as well. So that's also insane and really, really good.
Yeah.
His pressure is really, really good. His problem is if you have a character that outranges him, it's a little like I done the Renji Ikkaku matchup. It wasn't even close. Renji just outranges him. It's hard for him to get in and stuff like that. So when you fighting in that matchup where a character can outrange you, because he has range, but he still has to be up close because it's a spare.
Right.
It's not like he got any type of projectiles or anything like that. So he always have to fight up close.
Right. But what does
his pressure is insane.
It ignores projectiles, doesn't it? One of them.
Yeah, it does, but it doesn't ignore multi-hitting projectiles.
Okay.
And there's not a lot of characters with a multi-hitting projectiles in this game. But
it is a good amount.
For the character,
you got Ulquiorra, Hitsugaya, Urahara.
I don't know. Okay, so I don't know how it works exactly with those. I mean, like projectiles. I was like Aizen projectiles where he shoots 1, 2, 3, 4, or Rukia, you know how Rukia has like she could shoot 2,
Right.
so he could get past the 1, but not the second one. I don't know how it works with the characters with beams and stuff like that, where it's multi-hitting, but it's all within the same move. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Right.
I don't know how that works with that. He probably may be able to get past those, but he may not be. I don't know. But
Okay.
he's a good character though. I'm not mad at A.
Yeah,
but
I'm not mad at that spot either. Maybe B, but I don't know. Maybe high B, but
like I said, he's either high B or bottom A.
Yeah.
No less than that though, because he is a really good character.
I agree with that.
He's not better than Soi Fon though.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
Or Dangai or Aizen. They wilding with that. They wilding with that.
Yeah, the Aizen matchup is rough.
Yeah.
All right, so Kaien, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hate fighting this character.
Yeah, he's really, really good. Kaien's really, really good. This A tier, yeah, sounds about right.
Bro,
sounds
they had
about
no
right.
right making this character this good. They had no
For real,
right, yo.
He didn't do too much in the anime besides
he ain't do nothing,
one
bro.
Shit. He ain't do. He lost a bum ass hollow.
Yeah, and then that hollow got eaten by a spotter, and then bro was using his power like.
But he is good. His range is really, really good.
Yeah.
Special flash attack is really, really good. He has an invincible DP super for 50 meter. That's really, really good. So whenever you feel like the person's gonna attack into you after your combo strain, you could do that move, and then now they scared about attacking into you, and then you could use that to your advantage to grab or something like that. Also, he has his 6th skill when he stabs the floor with the trident and gets like the water aura. If your opponent attacks into that as well, it's like a hit on armor where if it get counter hit, you're able to get a combo. So that's really, really good. He's a really good character. There's nothing I was gonna say, is there anything like broken about him? I don't think there's nothing broken about him. But
I think he just has great normals and a lot of guard pressure on top of like everything else you mentioned. And I think when you put all that together into one toolkit, it's beast.
Beast. He's a good character.
Yeah, once
he's definitely an A tier.
It's hard to deal with. Like once he's in, like it's very hard to escape because his heavy, it has great tracking on it. It has great range on it. It's beast. I think that's a good spot.
Yeah. All right. So Urahara, you are the Urahara main. So how you feel?
My opinions change on him a lot. I think where they placed Urahara, I think where they placed him is kind of high. I think he's kind of high. But I don't think he is anything less than B plus. I do think he floats between where he is on this list and around B plus, and the reason is because he really is the true all-rounder. We mentioned Shikai Ichigo being an all-rounder, but I think they did good on this placement here. Maybe a little too high, but he can handle most situations. I mean, he has a counter that starts combos. He has a ranged attack that does decent damage. He has an install that increases his whole kit's damage, speed, everything. He has great normals. He kind of has like a chain gel situation where if he's in on you, he's hitting you with light attacks even on block. Like his strike throw setups are very good. Like he keeps you kind of in that vacuum, and he can chase down very well because his dash quick attack is very good. His heavy attack it's not safe on block, but if you do the quick attacks into heavy, that is safe. And then you can still go into your install super and continue combos. This character is insane. I think because he doesn't necessarily shine in one specific role, he can get outpaced by other characters, which is why I don't think he should be this high in A. I think some other characters might be able to outpace him. But I can see why they put him there. He's more of a fundamentals character too. The better your fundamentals are, the better the better Urahara you'll be.
Yeah, that's exactly. I agree with that. Playing against your Urahara a lot, I feel almost the same. I don't think he's that high. I feel like he's strong. He's a good character. At first, when he first got the game, we thought he was like top 5, but as time, and they got him top 5 as well. They got him top 5 as well. But unfortunately, playing against him a lot, you kind of figure out what his weakness is, and his weakness is his weakness is that he don't do nothing extremely well.
Exactly.
Like, he does have a lot of damage when you have the resources for it.
Yes.
But a lot of times you don't have the resources because you need them. You're gonna have to spend it throughout the fight, right?
Yeah, very resource heavy. You're right about that.
Yeah, so, and with some of these other characters, just their gimmicks is just that good. That just makes them better characters. Like, even if I go back down to the B tier, I can make the case for Tosen being better because of his gimmick. Maybe Shinji, I don't know. But Grimmjow, I can make kind of the case because of his gimmick.
Okay.
Ulquiorra, I can make the case because of his gimmick. Nell, I can make the case because of her gimmick. So you understand what I'm trying to, like, their gimmicks are just that good. And where his gimmick is just decent.
Well, his thing is fundamentals, though. So if your fundies is better than theirs, it don't matter how good their gimmick is.
True, but when you got a person who got just as good fundamentals and you got a character who's better, you're kind of like, in the downside. So
yeah,
to me, he falls no lower than B, high B, or bottom A, but he could be up there. He could, but I don't agree with that being the third best character. Hell no, I don't agree with that. Heck no.
Yeah, I see what you're saying with that. He definitely goes up and down depending on how good the player is.
Yeah. All right. So now we got Harribel.
Yeah, she's broken.
Yeah, Harribel's ridiculous. Harribel's guard pressure in this game is like one of the best, if not the best guard pressure in the game. She does tremendous damage. When she's in Awakening, her range is ridiculous.
It's crazy.
She has a invincible DP move that you could reverse action into a combo if you hit with it. It takes 100 meter, but if you put them in a garbage situation and you had the meter, you could do that, pop that, and you do hella damage.
Insane.
Her Oki is ridiculous because she's constantly gonna put you in a situation where you have to block a plus frame move on block, and that helps out to her guard pressure game. Even when she does something unsafe, she can make it safe with spiritual pressure one move if you have 50 meter, because she could do it in the air, which is kind of weird because she's the only character that has something like that where she's kind of like, after a move she's technically in the air and it could be punishable, but she could actually activate it in the air and she shoots it downwards. And she got one on the ground as well. She has a unique movement mechanic with her dash, her signature skill, where she moves into like the foreground or background, where compared to everybody else, when they dash, they just move forward in a straight line. She could move in a roundabout way to move around certain type of things, and she could cancel her dash as well. So if your opponent's like reading, okay, you're going to try to attack, and they try to attack you out of it, you could cancel the dash and punish them. She's an amazing character, and she can easily two-touch you. And she just, and the more pressure she puts on you, the more her meter gauge goes up. She's up there. She's definitely up there. I don't know if she's top 2, but she's definitely maybe 3, 4. Definitely in the top 5. She could be the third best character. 4. She's no lower than 5. Definitely.
100% top 5. But that
definitely 100% top 5.
Yeah, but that'll is where she is in that. I see why you kind of like iffy on it, but definitely up there. And I think they did a good job of placing her there because yeah, it is. I mean, they technically putting her top 2, especially with Urahara. Putting her next to Urahara is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah. Anyway, she's great.
I think it's easy for them to gauge how strong she is because her game plan is simple,
right,
and it's effective at a very high level.
Right.
So it's like you can easily gauge. You can easily just look at her toolkit and play her and see what the hell she could do, and you're like, yeah, she's up there. She's one of the better characters. So that's why I think that's why they got her so high compared to like other characters that should be that high. Yeah. But like you said, she's definitely top 5.
For sure. And the final character is Bankai Ichigo. Now, I'm gonna just start with my side because I don't play him like he plays him, but I'm gonna just speak from having to deal with this character. This character,
I want to hear this.
Insane. Yo, and his character is insane. So not even just to mention that Sikshot plays him, and he's really good with this character, but it's just like this man's light attacks and the way that he can put out guard pressure on you is annoying, right? It's hard to get away from. he has a range move that comes out fast, can be charged, right, to go even further in distance, and it's just hard to kind of like to approach him because of that tool. He has a revive mechanic. His special flash attack has a crazy amount of priority on other moves. It's pretty stupid. And then he becomes a super good character when he gets into his mask form and evolution. And then he has this combo. What is it? The 100-meter super combo that builds. Yes, it builds meter so you can loop it. And if you have reverse gauge, you could loop it even more. I've seen somebody use that 4 times. It's ridiculous. Yeah. This character is insane. It's funny because they really made Ichigo the main character, the best character in this shit. But
I'm glad they did.
Yeah,
I'm glad they, at least one of them, not all of them, but at least one of them. I'm glad it's this one. I seen it. I seen it from when before the game even came out. I seen that he was able to do some type of loop into Getsugas with his and I'm like, oh, he's gonna be the combo potential character. He was definitely the first character I picked up. And yeah, I do agree, he's definitely the strongest character. The Getsuga pressure, you could play him in any style. Me, I'm more rush down heavy with him, but I have seen lane players play. I'm sorry if I gotta say it like that,
That's
but
true,
I have seen players lame it out with him and just throw Getsuga over and 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 get wins like that. I don't play that way. I like to be in the mix and rush down and fight like that, but you can play any type of style. If you need to play defensive with a setback, you can play like that. If you want to be in the mix and rush down somebody, you could do that. If you want just a balance of knowing when to, I can rush down. And that's where I feel like when you could rush down and then also play, all right, I know when to sit back game, that's when he's at his best, right?
Yeah.
Good frame advantage on a lot of moves. His quick attack is really, really good. He is a revive character, like you said. He has combos that loop him meter over and over and over. So I got to the point now where I don't even do the loops unless I kill him. I'd rather just do one set of my combo and gain 100 meter back and get another altercation where I could hit you again and do that combo again.
That's crazy.
And gain another 100 meter back.
That's
it's like
crazy.
It's kind of crazy with him. And then his reawakening, like I said, I don't want to give out any things to Storm. He just gonna have to deal with it when he face it, but his reawakening is kind of beast. I figure out some stuff with him, and it's definitely easily the best reawakening in the game.
Okay.
Easily.
All right, so
he's a good character.
What are your final thoughts on this tier list then? Like, how do you think they cooked? Do you think they?
Nah, I don't think they cooked that off. I don't think they cooked.
You know what? They started to cook from being up though. I will say that, but
being up, they more. But you still got your little weird picks like Byakuya being so low, Renji,
true,
Yama,
true.
I think there's way more characters in B tier than not. To me, the B to D tier could be almost one to me. Like, and we're gonna talk about it but they all those characters is kind of not every character in this.
I see where you're going with that. Where like, a lot of the characters between B and D have potential.
Like they all could be in the same tier. Like they all could just be B or something like that. And there's obviously other characters that I think that should be higher, like Nelliel, Ulquiorra, Yama, Byakuya, Renji.
I don't think there needs to be an E or D tier in this type of game. It's not enough characters, one, and it's not true about not having enough characters.
Yeah, they got 33 characters. That's a lot of characters.
There's no characters that are like egregiously bad. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I think the lowest would be D, probably, if there is one.
Yeah, or even C.
Or C, yeah. Because a lot of these characters could be lumped up in the B tier, and then you could have some people in the S tier, more characters. Because I don't think Ichigo's the lonely S tier character. I think there's other characters in it. Yeah, I think there's other characters in the S tier. So yeah, C could be the lowest. And then there's the middle grounds B where a lot of characters could be in.
I think, you know what I will say though, is I think me and you are fairly around the same level in this game. And when we did our Nelliel and Bankai Ichigo match, we did go 2-2. So I don't think that Ichigo is at the top like alone. But
yeah, he's not alone. I do think he is probably the best character because of everything he has. But is he alone up there by himself, like a whole tier above everybody else? I do not think so. I don't think that at all.
Right. Okay.
There's definitely characters that could compete with him. For you to be S tier alone by yourself, that to me that kind of shows you that there's no character that could compete with him, and there's definitely characters that could compete with him.
For sure.
So yeah.
Okay. So I mean, yeah, and my final thoughts. I think again, they being up, they did good for the most part. They did good. C, they kind of had some cool takes in there overall, but like their D and E, they went crazy with D and E. I think the only one that deserves a spot in D and E is Kenpachi and Szayelaporro. Everybody else could be moved around somewhat, you know.
Yeah, they could definitely.
Yeah,
especially Rukia D. What? Rukia D? Yama D?
Yeah, Yama is
Sajin?
the most crazy one. Yama is the one who would jump the most tiers up. Like, they went crazy with him.
Yeah, they went crazy with that. But yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the end of the road for this video. Hopefully I was able to enjoy this video. If you did enjoy the video, on my side, please smash the like button. I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, you can do
Hopefully
the same for me too.
Enjoy the content.
Shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for staying around for as long as you have. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed making it. So yeah, catch you guys next time. Peace out.